So there is something called simple fractional equations, simple linear fractional equations, which are actually converted into linear equations. So let me give you an example and explain. There is nothing in this. So here, if you look at 6 upon x minus 2 is equal to 3. So if, for example, if the question, instead of like this, if the question were to be something like x minus 2 is equal to 5. So when you know x minus 2 is equal to 5, you know how to solve this. You will say x is equal to, this minus 2 goes on that side. So you will say 5 plus 2, therefore x is equal to 7. So that's a easy question. So when you have fractional, the way this is representing here, if you can see 6 upon x minus 2 is a fractional thing. So 6 upon x minus 2 is giving you as 3. Now, how do you handle this? Technically, if you look at this problem, even this is a linear problem. It's a linear equation because it can be converted into linear. Yes, cross multiplication is one way of doing it. Just concentrate, Pranay, when I'm teaching concepts, give me some time. Okay, so 6x minus 2. So another way of looking at this, I think most of you have learned what is called, you might have learned, you might not have learned, but I need all of you to learn some fundamentals about ratios today. Few of you might have learned, few of you might not have. But let me revise few fundamentals in ratio proportion, which you might have learned or might not have learned. So let me explain to everyone. Whenever we have an expression A by B is equal to C by D, whenever we have two ratios A by B is equal to C by D, you can do a lot of things with them. Like, say, you can do cross multiplying. Therefore, you know AD is equal to BC. That is one expression that you know. Now, because you know this expression, now you can interchange. You can keep D here. You can keep D here, and you get C here, and you can keep B here. You can bring A here. So still the ratio will still remain same. So this, what you are doing is you are alternating your A and D, you have interchanged. You have A and D, you have interchanged. B and C, you are interchanged. What are you doing? You are doing nothing, but you are transposing things from here to there. So you are basically interchanging. By that, the values do not change. I'll explain what I mean. Concentrate, everyone. So when we have 2 upon, say, let me take 2 upon, say, let me take 2 upon 5 is equal to, okay, let's look at these numbers. Can I say 2 upon 5 is equal to 10 upon 25?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So basically now, can I say from this, I'm just reversing them. Instead of this, can I say 5 upon 2 is equal to 25 upon 10?
Yes, sir.
Will this lead to this? 2 by 5 is equal to 10 by 25. If I invert them, if I do inverse of it, 2 by 5 ka inverse kya hai? Inverse ratio kya hai? 5 by 2. 10 by 25. What's the inverse ratio of 10 by 25? 25 by 10. So this inversing. So whenever you have A by B, whenever you have A by B is equal to C by D, if you invert them, B by A is equal to D by C. This is called invertendo. This is always right. If this is right, this is always right. If A by B is equal to C by D, then the inverse ratio, which is B by A, is always equal to D by C. Always. Does it make sense to everyone? If it makes sense, mention yes in the chat box quickly. 5 yeses, I'll go further. Brilliant. Brilliant. Now, what is the benefit of doing that? Very simple benefit is, one way of solving this problem is doing cross multiplication. Another way of looking at this problem is, instead of cross multiplying, I'll apply invertendo. I'll write this as x minus 2 by 6. X minus 2 by 6 is equal to 1 upon 3. Is there anything wrong? I've just inverted the ratios. I just inverted the ratios. Ronak says, no, sir. What? Why, Ronak? No?
No, sir.
What?
You said, is there any wrong Sir, it is not.
Okay. I'm sorry. Good. So I can just invert it and say x minus 2 by 6 is equal to 1 by 3. Now, what is the benefit? It's a single step now. Your x minus 2 will be equal to, you know that I can take 6 on that side. So the x minus 2 will be how much? 6 upon 3. And you know x minus 2 is equal to 6 upon 3 is nothing but 2. If x minus 2 is 2, therefore x is equal to 4.
Yes, sir.
Make sense? Brilliant.
X is equal
So
to.
I quickly want you guys to understand this concept of invertendo, right? One is invertendo. You can do.
Sir, can you stay on this page so I can note down the right side?
What, Arya?
Sir, can you stay on this page so I can?
Yeah. I'm on this page for a while. Don't worry.
By B.
Yeah. Sure.
C by D.
Sure.
Sir, will you please sir, repeat the definition of invertendo?
Okay, you want definition of invertendo? See, don't learn do not worry about definitions. Focus on concept. Okay, definitions will not need for these things. School will never ask you the definition of invertendo. Okay, but I'll tell you. If A by B is equal to C by D, if A by B is equal to C by D, it will imply that your B by A will be equal to D by C. That's called invertendo. You are inverting the ratios. The value will be same. B by A will be equal to D by C. That's called invertendo. Similarly, you can also say if A by B is equal to C by D, you can alternando. That means you can alter this. So this will also imply A by C. That means you are bringing your C this side and taking that B there. So that is equal to B by D. You are altering this B with this C. When you're altering this, it's called alternando. What is it called? Alternando. Called alternando. Nendo. This is called invertendo. Invertendo.